TV 16 Sunday morning. And joining me in the studio, Charley Zaccaria is here, and we're going to talk about Christmas Can Cure and all the elements of that. So let's give a quick overview of what Christmas Can Cure is all about.
Well, Christmas Can Cure, we have a mission, and it states that we would like to be able to have some families come up to Mount Washington Valley and have 5-6 special days where we can do things for them to give them a happier Christmas.
Yeah.
So this started back in 2008 by Dr. Charley Zaccaria and his wife Dolores. Their son Andre, who happens to live in Las Vegas, Nevada, he wanted to do something different. He wanted the family to see, instead of spending money on themselves and giving gifts, they would like to do something for the Wounded Warrior Project and have families come up here and sort of all the families give their money to do things for them.
Yeah, that's what an incredible project.
Oh, it's the most amazing project. I think the thing that you have to do is once you get involved with it and you see these soldiers that have come back, or the warriors that have come back and have gone away perfectly intact in their mental capacity and probably financial capacity was fairly well intact. And when they came back, some of the problems that they go through and some of the post-traumatic stress that they've had.
Right.
We've had tremendous success having them up here and seeing some change when they've been up here because they've gotten away from the everyday problems that they're facing. So it's a great project to get them away and enjoy 5 days with them. It's fantastic.
Now, and you were explaining to me before about the schedule that they have, and you're filling that schedule. There's a lot of things, but you said it's the great support of the community that's really making all this happen.
Yes, the community itself. This is a fantastic community for reaching out and trying to help. The vendors, the various shops and restaurants and hotels have been more than helpful, and they support it tremendously by giving lodging, giving lunch, breakfast, dinners. The vendors in Conway, where we do a little tour, they give the kids gift certificates so they can spend their few dollars, and you know, actually they're free. And it's just a tremendous community. I've never been in a community where the generosity has been so great.
Oh, absolutely. So it starts off on Friday, you said? We
welcome them in on Thursday night.
Starts on Thursday, you said?
Yeah. well, it actually starts Friday, basically, but they come in on Thursday.
Yeah.
We send each of them transportation facilities or money, rent cars or whatever we have to do to get them up here. Some of their cars, they just can't even afford to have them repaired. So,
yeah.
In one family this year, we're renting a big SUV for them to come up. But anyway, they get in on Thursday night. They meet each other. They've never probably met each other, these Wounded Warriors and their families, and they get to know each other on Thursday night. On Friday morning, which I think is probably one of the nicest ceremonies, at 10 o'clock at the Jackson Town Hall, we actually raised the first flag for the Wounded Warriors. Yep. And we raised that flag in a ceremony which is probably attended by a couple hundred people. And it's a great tribute for these warriors to see the support that they have from the Valley. So we're very proud of that. This year, in the past, we've only raised one flag and taken it down at the end, but each veteran gets a flag at the end of the ceremony, at the end of the week. This year, we're raising 3 flags. And what we think is important is if people, if they do nothing else, if they just get there, to support the raisings of the flags and the lowering of the flags. That's so important to them because they show that there's a support for what they've gone through.
Right.
So our flag raisings are Friday morning at 10 a.m.
in Jackson.
Saturday morning at 8:45 in Jackson. Sunday morning at 9 o'clock in Jackson. And then we lower the flag at 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning.
So it's definitely a full week. And then you said that then they just start doing things all around the Mount Washington Valley.
They tour the valley. They see Mount Washington from various aspects with the snow on top. It's absolutely fantastic. We take them into a tour of Jackson, a tour of Conway, by Storyland, where their names are put on the bulletin board. We take them into North Conway. They do shopping. They go to all the various stores where the vendors are more than helpful in giving them gift certificates for them to spend.
Yeah.
Then we take them for a sleigh ride. We take them for dinner. The following morning, some of them will go skiing. The younger ones will go up to Santa's Village. Then the parents go on what we call date night, which is a very important night because it's one of the first times, or one of the few times, that they actually have a time away from the children.
Yeah.
And time. It's a great night. They go to the Red Parker, and we take all the children to various various things. But maybe a play downtown. This year we're going to Uber Blast. We go to Joseph's Spaghetti House for a spaghetti feed, which is unbelievable. And then on Sunday morning, we take them to Cranmore, and then they get ready for Polar Express at the Latches house. They have their photos of in their pajamas, and then they go to the Polar Express. Then after, we take them for a very special night at the Christmas Farm Inn, where they get a special visit from Santa Claus, and the children get the gifts that they have requested.
Yeah.
And it's really great. And then on Monday we take them to tour of the Jackson Fire Department. They let them ring the bells and do the siren. The kids love it. Then they give them a little ride, so it's really a great thing. And then we go to the water park and at the Red Jacket.
Yeah.
Big greeting ceremony at the Wentworth on Monday night, and then on Tuesday morning we lower the flags and they go home.
Yeah. Now, how can people get involved in this?
People can get involved by making contributions or a donation, and that would be to Christmas Can Cure, care of Leslie Schumacher, Post Office Box 209, Jackson, New Hampshire 03846.
And you do have the website, and we're showing you
Yes.
right now, which is christmascancure.org.
Right.
And can get a lot of this information. I imagine you can probably make a donation off of the website also.
Yes, you can also make a donation, and if you were going to send a check, you make the check payable to Christmas Can Cure.
Yeah.
And that's one way of the community getting involved. We have a lot of volunteers. We have more volunteers than we have actual jobs. I mean, the community
terrific.
is just unbelievable. But we think that if they would just come to Jackson Town Hall especially on Friday morning at 10 o'clock, and then you see these veterans and their families and some of the problems that some of the stress that they have in their lives. It's great to support them.
Well, that's terrific. I mean, I've heard about this program for years and have seen it, and it's just a great way, as you say, for the Valley to give back, which we do so well here in Mount Washington Valley, and really to people who deserve it.
Right. There are a lot of great things that have come out of it. We've seen families who have, husbands and wives who have started kissing each other probably in their lives with all the stress that they have every day. But, they'll be doing things with their children, and all of a sudden you'll look at a couple and they'll just all of a sudden give a nice little kiss. Last year we had two of the Wounded Warriors who never knew each other, obviously. They came up here. And Larry, who has post-traumatic stress, and Chris, who had lost his right arm. Chris was going into Boston to the veterans to have prostate prosthesis to put on. And what ended up happening is they became so friendly that every time Chris had to go up to Boston, he would drive by Larry's house, pick him up, they'd drive together into Boston,
that's terrific.
and they'd have a day together where the two of them would just sit and talk. And heaven knows, and they only know what they had in common, because there's a lot of things that they would never tell you that happened.
Right.
And so they share this, once every 2 to 3 weeks, and they're still doing it today.
That's
and
terrific.
it's just a year later, and it's just a good friendship that has come out of it. So there's a lot of great things that come out of this thing.
Well, that's great. I mean, it's just an incredible program. So that starts this Friday. And if you do need some more information, you go to christmascancure.org, get all the information you need. So, Charlie, I want to thank you so much